Hi, Crystal O'Shawn. Oh, look at that. I am trying to figure out how to share this, and I'm not astute enough to. Ah, there we go. See if I'm catching it real fast. Hi, how are you doing today? Ah, whoops. Long day already. So thank you all for joining. I see a couple people are probably still going to join in. I'm a couple minutes later than usual because I've been teaching all week, and so I was trying to get back in town and sit down for a second. Um, Thank you for the hearts. I feel the love. I feel the love. I'm going to keep it short today because I'm really tired and I'm about to be like my toddler who has a meltdown and hollers when she really just needs a nap. That's going to be me. Meltdown and holler because I need a nap. But I wanted to be faithful to showing up and to talking a little bit. So I'm going to start. And thank you all for joining us. My name is Monica A. Coleman, and hi, Ms. ARW. Had to stop, say hi. My name is Monica A. Coleman. I'm a professor of religion, and I'm based in Los Angeles, and I am the author of the forthcoming book, Bipolar Faith, A Black Woman's Journey with Depression and Faith. And I just kind of come on every weekday and share the answers to the questions that I get asked more than anything else. And those questions are, what are my spiritual practices? And how do I live faithfully with a depressive condition? In my case, bipolar 2, the number 2, not bipolar also. And today I wanted to share just, like, if you caught the topic, it says a good meal. And if you follow me on Instagram, where I'm Rev Dr. Monica, you'll see that I'm kind of a foodie. And I never thought of myself as a foodie, and my friends are like, yes, Monica, you're a foodie. I'm always posting pictures of what I'm eating for dinner because I'm vegan. I've lived in some pretty un-vegan friendly places. California is a great place to be a vegan. North Carolina, Tennessee, particularly when I lived there, not so great places to be vegan. So if I didn't learn how to cook, I didn't eat. And so I really enjoy cooking, and I've talked earlier about how that's a kind of form of creativity for me. And it really matters to me to sit down and have a good meal. And it's funny because that's kind of grown more and more for me the older I've become. As a person who spent most of my adult life as a single person, I didn't always pay attention to what I was eating. If I was just feeding myself, I was like, okay, I'll just throw some broccoli on and some rice and throw some amino acids or tamari on it, and we're good to go. Right? I didn't require complex, pretty-looking meals, and I enjoy feeding other people. I enjoy cooking for other people, them being happy. I began doing that even in college. I lived in a co-op where I cooked for other people on a pretty regular basis, at least weekly, if not more than weekly, cooked for the whole house of people who lived there. And I've come to really enjoy sitting down and having a good meal. So, where studies show that one of the big things that helps families stay together and communicate and have good relationships are family dinners. My family decided we're going to have family dinner. And it's about the same time every night. And we all sit together. We pick which nights of the week are going to be our family dinners, more nights than not. And we're going to sit down and we're going to say grace and we're going to eat this meal together. And if you don't like it, you can find a leftover, but no one's cooking anything else because I'm the person cooking. And that there's a lot that comes in having a good meal together. And so many religious traditions talk about this too, right? I mean, this is what's happening with Seders and there's Passover and with what Christians call the Eucharist, the Last Supper. That Jesus is sitting down together with his friends having a meal. And you actually see this happening all over the New Testament and all over many traditions. How much value there is in sitting down and having a good meal. I even think that there's something holy and sacramental about it. Not only are we part of this amazing cycle of life where food is bringing us life, right? Something that was alive, animal if you're a omnivore, or fruits or vegetables, things that were alive in the ground are now contributing to our life. And how amazing is that? But also just the process of not eating on the go, grabbing that fast food and eating in the car, But sitting down and having a good meal for me is really grounding, and it makes me slow down. It makes me kind of enjoy the food. And it makes me enjoy the company of other people. So many times what is great joy for me is being around other people over a good meal, like good friends, people I'm just getting to know, whether I'm breaking a fast. But there's so much value in just having a good meal. And for people who live with depressive conditions, I said this before, but it actually does matter what we eat. There are all these great studies that talk about the connection between what happens in our gastrointestinal tract, our stomachs, our guts, right, and what's happening in our minds, and that we see some of the same practices, the same bacteria, the same neurons, right, the same cells that are in our brains are also in our stomachs and in our digestive tracts. And so on some kind of biological level, we've now hit the knowledge, the end of my knowledge of this, but on some kind of biological level, it does matter for our brain's health, right, for our mind's health, what we eat. But I think I'm not talking just about what we eat, but also how we eat. That we slow down, that we fellowship, that we take time to enjoy what the earth can give us for our own sustenance and hopefully for our pleasure. That we break bread with other people, people who we like, people who maybe we don't like, people who we've had issues with, that this is kind of how we stay in relationship with people. Not people who endanger us, of course. I'm not down with that kind of reconciliation. But that sometimes it's good to break bread with people who are different from us, to learn from others. What do they eat? How do they eat? What are their practices? And for me, that's a spiritual practice. It's part of what helps me grow closer to other people. It's part of what helps me grow closer to God. It's part of what slows me down and grounds me. And today, that's probably my only spiritual practice. I thought I would share what my practices are like. And this is just one hectic day. I've been teaching all week, commuting. I'm getting ready to travel tomorrow. So tomorrow I will not be around at 4:30. I'll be around a bit later. Oh, I'm so glad you've been encouraged to cook because I'm going to be traveling. And so whenever I get somewhere on the East Coast, I will join in then. I might actually be around. I think I could actually pull that off for 4:30 Pacific time. But it's just been hectic getting people packed and making all this stuff happen. And I've been ripping and running and had nary a down moment since 5:20 this morning. And I'm like, there's no spiritual practice today. There's no contemplation happening. There's no prayer. There's no noticing nature. I got nothing spiritual for you. And then I realized I flipped the oven on to preheat so that I could make this meal for my family. That even in the midst of all that, I'm able to say a good meal with my family matters. A good meal with people I love matters. Just sitting down, slowing down, making sure we're thankful for what is before us and what comes in that whole process and how meaningful that is for my family's time and hopefully for yours as well. That's the spiritual practice. That's what I have today because now I'm upstairs. I'm going to go downstairs and put some food in that oven that I just preheated. And it's hot, but I'm going to roast anyway because that's what I planned. And I won't be doing that again until it's cool. No more roasting till it gets cool again. But I wanted to share that today. So again, my name is Monica A. Coleman. I am a professor of religion and I am based in Los Angeles. And I am the author of the forthcoming book, Bipolar Faith, A Black Woman's Journey with Depression and Faith. The book drops July 1. You can pre-order on Amazon now. If you've enjoyed this, please share with your followers. Please retweet or just use the hashtag Bipolar Faith, or you want to see what I'm up to. You can use the hashtag Bipolar Faith and even find past Periscopes on my YouTube page. So if you just go on YouTube and look for Bipolar Faith, I should be there as well. So thank you for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I will post this on Twitter a little bit later so you can catch the replay right after this if you like. And I will see you all tomorrow. And thank you for those of you who joined. Thank you for this person who said they like my dreads. And I'm so glad, Ms. ARW, you are looking at the vegetarian vegan lifestyle. And I will hopefully see you all tomorrow.